We have the tech to get food delivered in 15 minutes, but we all have horror stories about buying tickets. The Game Time app gives fans the advantage. Get amazing tickets in just a few taps. Fees are included, so what you see is what you pay. And the Game Time guarantee means authentic tickets at the best price every time. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets to concerts, sports, comedy, and more with Game Time. Download the Game Time app and create an account for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is your podcast host, Hanju Lee, and you are listening to Better Golf Daily, where I introduce one concept, one research-backed idea, and one thing you can take straight to the golf course. Let's go. Here's a question. What if the single biggest thing standing between you and the putt that matters most isn't your read? It isn't your stroke. It isn't even your nerves. What if it's just how badly you want to make it? This is the third one in the series. I'm calling it Bad Advice. 5 pieces of golf wisdom that gets passed around like gospel, repeated on every range in every clubhouse by a well-meaning playing partner that the research quietly disagrees with. So far, we've taken on the confident myth, the calm down myth, and today it's 4 words that you've heard 1,000 times. You got to want it myth. So stay with me because there's an experiment that proves it. A few years back, a team of researchers led by a behavioral economist named Dan Ariely went to a rural India to test something simple. They gathered people from local villages and had them play a set of little games. Games of skill, memory, concentration, quick hands. Nothing fancy. And then they offer them money to do well. But here's a twist. They split everyone into 3 groups. One group could earn a small sum of money. The next group could earn 10 times that. And the third group could earn around a month pay. For one game, a month wage riding on a single round of a simple game. Now, common sense says the people with the most on the line should try the hardest and do the best, right? More motivation, more focus, better results. But that is not what happened. Not even close. The group playing for a month pay, the ones who wanted it the most, who had everything riding on it, they performed the worst across almost every game. The bigger the prize, the worse they did. The researchers call this large stakes and big mistakes. And the whole point was this. Past a certain line, wanting something more doesn't help you. It wrecks you. And here's an interesting part. In that very research, when the scientists reached for an example of a skill that falls apart under pressure, you know what they picked? They picked golf. They wrote in plain academic language that thinking too hard about how you're swinging the club can have, this is their word, perverse effects. The thing you do without thinking on the range becomes the thing you can't do when it counts. So here's an advice the whole episode is about. This is a big one. Bear down. You gotta want it. Your buddies say it. Your own head says it. Standing over a 4-footer to win the match, a little voice goes, make this one count. And that voice is the problem. Because here's a mechanism in plain terms. That 4-foot putt to win is the exact same 4-foot putt you've drained 1,000 times on a quiet Tuesday. Same distance, same stroke. Nothing about the putt changed. The only thing that changed is what you've decided is riding on it. And the second you load it up, the trophy, the bragging rights, the story you'll tell, the way you feel if you miss, your brain quietly stops thinking about the putt. It starts thinking about the prize and the regret. Your hands get a little tighter. Your mind drifts to the outcome instead of the roll. And you, just like any of those villagers playing for a month pay, do one thing you swore you wouldn't. You make the big mistake precisely because it felt big. So what do you do about it? Well, you make the big shot small. And this is how. When you catch yourself thinking, this one really matters, that's your signal to do the opposite of what your buddies told you. Don't bear down, shrink it. Tell yourself the truth. This is just a putt. Same one I hit on the putting green an hour ago. Then run your normal routine. The exact same look, the exact same breath, the exact same tempo you use on the first hole when nobody's watching and nothing's on the line. You're not trying to rise to the moment. You're trying to make the moment smaller until it's the same size as practice. And get the prize out of your head. The trophy is in front of you. The flag is. The line is. That little patch of grass where the ball needs to start is. Put your attention on that. Something small and neutral and right there. And you starve the part of your brain that wants to drift off and daydream about winning. Give it a job so simple it can't wander. Here's the irony you'll feel once you try this. The player who look like they care least over a big shot, the calm one, the loose one, the one treating it like it's just any other Tuesday, that is not a player who wants it less than you. That's a player who figured out that wanting it quietly beats wanting it loudly. They've made the championship putt feel like a throwaway, and that's exactly why it drops. So next time when everything's riding on one swing, and that helpful little voice tells you to bear down and make it count, don't. Make it small. Make it boring. Make it Tuesday. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Talk to you next time. Until then, when the shot gets big, make it small. Bye for now.